We didn't get to this yesterday. I want to get to it before we get to Guess That Ballpark. And
are you gonna try to go through all these names?
No.
Or you want to just do some?
I want to do. Oh, yeah, I just want to do this kind of quickly, like gut check. Yes or no. We don't need to deep dive each player. I just want to get the three of us. And when I do Hall of Fame stuff, I like to do the gut check and then the deep dive. So like Jose Bautista, for example, is on the ballot this year. I asked Tyler this earlier. I said, gut check, where are you at? And he was with me, which was no. But he said, oh, I just deep dove his stats. Maybe yes. So I just want to do gut check here.
Okay, and then
what
we'll
does your
deep dive
gut say? So Jose Bautista, my gut check said no. How about you?
I also said no.
And Tyler, you were also a no originally.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
The gut check was no. So Tyler made this
Joey Bats.
This graphic here for Phillies legend Jose Bautista. Played 15 years. Career slash lines of 247, 361, 475. Had 344 home runs, just shy of 1,000 RBIs. He led the majors in those 2 years when he was flipping bats all over Toronto in 2010 and 11. Six-time All-Star, five seasons over 100 RBIs, and 4 seasons over 35 home runs. I think a great power hitter that's on the doorstep but not in. And Tyler, does your dive of his numbers make you believe more that he's a Hall of Famer or less?
No, I'll be honest. I think that he had a really nice 3 or 4 year stretch. But unless you're Sandy Koufax and you light the world on fire for 6 years and then your arm falls apart and they don't have Tommy John to help you.
Ryan Howard did.
So that was a conversation for another day that that I was talking to Vince and he was comparing Ryan Howard to Sandy Koufax. And I think that that's extremely unfair. But I think that
historic 5-year stretch.
Jose Bautista's sample size is too small, and the outliers are too great to the point of he was bad. He was bad far more frequently than he was good. The answer for me is no.
Yeah, I think when you have a bad start and end to your career, and I wrote down he had, a good stretch of 4 or 5 seasons. I don't think that's enough to have you be in the Hall of Fame conversation. Top power hitter in those years, though. Don't get me wrong. But no, Joey Bats, it's a no.
All right, I think this guy is maybe the most underrated Major League Baseball player of the last 25 years. And that's Adrian Beltre. I don't think he gets talked about enough for as great as he was and consistently great throughout his career. Jason Stark actually just wrote a piece on The Athletic yesterday asking the question, and he makes the case, could Adrian Beltre become the first position player to be a unanimous first ballot elect into the Hall of Fame? And he lays out a pretty decent case for him. So he played 21 years, which is crazy. Career slash line of 286, 339, 434. Just shy of 500 home runs, which is almost a lock to make the Hall of Fame. 1,700 RBIs. Not only that, he's a 5-time Gold Glove winner, 4-time Silver Slugger winner, almost 3,200 hits.
No, Lord.
For 18th all-time in baseball. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he's somehow underappreciated, and Adrian Beltre is unbelievable. So gut check.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say gut check.
One of the best third basemen of all time. I saw that this jumped out at me. I didn't even realize that, but ranks third in WAR among third basemen behind only Mike Schmidt and Eddie Matthews. And you read the numbers and his accolades of the Gold Gloves and everything, but one of the best, and to me, a lock-in, Adrian, without a doubt. Heck, yes.
Tyler, I don't even need to come to you for your answer. I already know it.
Listen, there's no doubt in my mind that Beltre is a Hall of Famer here. We said that he's 18th in hits. All 17 players that are ahead of him are either in or will be in shortly. The only 2 players that are not in that are going to be eligible soon are Miguel Cabrera, who is just retired this season. He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer in 5 years. Yeah. And Albert Pujols, who retired last year, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer in 4 years. The only other person on this list is a world-class scumbag, and we know who it is the all-time hits leader.
Yeah.
We got some yeses in the chat
Adrian
also,
Beltre,
for sure.
Definitely a Hall of Famer. Next up on the list, Bartolo Colon. My gut says close, but no.
I say yes for the Big Sexy.
He is Big Sexy.
I think late in his career helped for sure, but finished with 247 wins, won a Cy Young, Career ERA 4.12. A little high, but I would go in on him. Yeah,
right,
I'd
Tyler?
say for sure yes.
What do you got?
No.
Gut check.
My gut says no. I think he had a really good
long career.
Yeah, like 2 pieces of a career too. Like hard thrower, good stuff in the early portions of his career. Good year with the White Sox, good year with the Angels, and then like reinvented himself late into his career and pitched well into his 40s. But I think he's one of those compilers, and I think his stats are because he pitched for so long. I'm going to say no.
And I do think that is something though that longevity of a career that does help become a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So I think for that reason I can see it.
So we're all unanimous with no.
Oh, I said yes.
No,
Renee said yes.
I said yes.
I'm sorry. One yes, two
listen
no's.
to me. You never listen when I talk.
No, I do listen. Next up, Adrian Gonzalez. My gut says no.
I'm actually a no on that as well.
Tyler?
This one took me a really long time to come to a decision on, and when I think you have that opportunity, like you have to go no. Adrian Gonzalez had a really nice career.
Really nice.
I think he's on the outside looking in. I'm going to say
he's in the Hall of very, very
Hall
good.
of really good.
That's my thought
I'm going to say no. One of the all-time great starts to a season, when he hit like 9 home runs in the first 4 games in 1 year.
Yeah. All right, next up, who is another guy I think is in the Hall of very, very good. My vote is a no. Matt Holliday. Longtime Rocky and Cardinal. Obviously beat the Phillies in 2009 or 2010. Son of a bitch. What is your vote, Renee?
Yes, because as a 7-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger, won a World Series, won a batting title, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, winning a World Series in general catapults you. And I think Holliday is going to be a Hall of Famer. Also was an MVP runner-up in 2007.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot of accolades. I think he's cemented himself.
Tyler, I'm curious on your answer here.
Matt Holliday was really freaking good for a really long time.
All these players are really good.
And I think that I feel like I almost undervalue him at this point. My gut said no, and now I'm looking at the numbers, and it's close. Over almost 2,100 hits, a 300 average for his career. I'm going to say no. But he may be one of those players that gets in on like a veterans committee ballot late into his career.
Next one up on the list for the class this year is Victor Martinez. I feel like a baseball writer all of a sudden. I say close, but no.
You're all the no's.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's a Hall of Fame.
I actually did say no on this one too, though. I just don't think there's enough. I mean, he was cool. He was ambidextrous. Cool. He was... no.
Could play first and could play catcher.
Yeah, but it's no.
Yeah, Tyler, what's your gut here?
Vimar was a nice player, but it's a no for me.
Yeah. Next up on the list, and we have a graphic for this guy. He was from Minnesota. He ended up playing for the Twins. He was, again, a first baseman, a catcher, a pure hitter, a power hitter. Guy was phenomenal, 15 years in the league. A career 306 hitter with a 388 on base. For a catcher, he was the best in the game for a time. Only had that 143 RBIs, but again, a catcher, numbers are a little different from them. He did win the AL MVP in 2009, which definitely goes a long way. 3-time Gold Glove winner, 5-time Silver Slugger, hit 20 or more doubles in 13 of 14 seasons. That's pretty wild for a guy his size. Joe Mauer, my gut says yes, but I could be swayed the other way. My gut says yes.
Finally got a yes from you, Simon Cowell.
But I think he's in.
Okay, he's in for me. You look across Joe's career and some of the things that jump out at me. For his career WAR, he finished 9th among all players who played at least half their games at catcher in career WAR. The 8 in front of him are all Hall of Famers, and the 2 right behind him are as well. He also won 3 batting titles and had a remarkable 3.65 average with the Twins in 2009 when he won MVP. And no players hit that high of an average since. I would say yes on Mauer.
All right,
I think
we're 2 for 2.
Enough.
There are two players in my lifetime that I will fist fight people to induct into the Hall of Fame, and Joe Mauer is one of them.
Punches.
Joe Mauer is a stone cold lock Hall of Famer for me. The other one is Andrew Jones. I think that the fact that he is getting disrespected the way that he is in the first year of the ballot is crazy as well. Joe Mauer ranks 9th amongst catchers all time in hits. All those numbers provide you. He was a gaps hitter. Him and Buster Posey were revelations in a time where I was hard pressed to find catchers who could do both could play both sides of the ball really well. He was a defensive stalwart. He was a great gaps hitter, 300-plus average over the course of his career. I will throw hands to defend Joe Mauer.
Look at us, 3 for 3.
Yes.
Joe Mauer gets in on the PHLY Phillies podcast. All right, let's buzz through these. Brandon Phillips, that's a stone no for me. I just don't think it was long enough. Renee, what do you say?
It was a maybe for me. I don't know. I could be swayed no, but I could see him being in as a 3-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover.
3-time All-Star, that's not enough. Tyler, sorry. I just wanted to buzz through these.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, listen, that dude was really good. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I agree. This one surprises me, but he's probably out. Big Game James, James Shields, no.
Cute nickname.
Yeah.
Led the league for 4 seasons and triples. Injuries. It's a no, unfortunately, despite all the.
Yeah, Tyler, you're also a no on Big Game James. Cool. Yes, this one I think is pretty interesting. Jose Reyes was right there with Jimmy Rollins as one of the best shortstops in the league for a long time. I'm not going to hold the putrid franchise he played for against him. I am going to say no, but I think it's damn close. Renee, what do you say on Jose Reyes?
I would go no as well.
Yeah, it's probably a no for me. I think the longevity hurts him.
Yeah.
The injuries hurt too.
Yeah. The last 2 on the list, one is another Met, and this is a no for me. David Wright. I think the injuries kind of affected him in the later portion of his career. I don't think he has the longevity. David Wright is a no from me. What do you say?
No. If we're looking at the healthy part of his career, maybe, but back injuries and everything, and a shortened career now, unfortunately.
David Wright closer than his teammate Jose Reyes, but I don't think he's in either.
Yeah, and then the last one, of course, near and dear to our hearts, Chase Utley. I do think Utley is eventually going to get in. My gut says yes, because his career WAR numbers are pretty incredible, and I think that carries a lot of weight in today's day and age.
I'm going to say yes. Controversial. I know not everybody's going to feel the same way about
Doesn't have
Chase.
the MVP that Jimmy and Ryan did.
No, doesn't.
But I think, oddly, he might have the best chance of those 3.
I do think that core peaks part of Chase's career, especially, of course, being involved in helping to win a World Series. It's Chase Utley's going to be a goal. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
And Tyler, what do you say on Mr. Utley?
Not until Jimmy Rollins gets in.
I agree that Jimmy's more deserving, but I think Chase is going to have a better case in the analytical world.
I don't disagree with you. I think that it depends on how many of these writers are voting analytically versus like the eye test. Like the eye test tells me Jimmy Rollins is a better player than Chase Utley. You could use all these WAR and advanced metrics to tell you that Utley's a better player than Rollins. But I would say if I were to have a vote, Rollins would be the only one from that team that would get in. Utley would not for me.
All right. So that is the modern class that just got announced this week. So I wanted to buzz through. I always love the gut check time. And then you go back and you're like, oh, wait, was I too hard? Was I too friendly? And then you kind of dive into baseballreference.com and have some fun with it.